Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. And today we are gonna talk about Cable with both of his uniform in Extreme Alliance Battle. Since today is a Blast Hero ABX day, so I hope this guy will help you to have a better understanding on his skill rotation, as well as you also get to know the damage comparison and the score differences between his new uniform, which is a Summer Days uniform, and his Cable and Deadpool uniform as well, so that you know what to expect from both uniform, so that it might give you a better idea of whether it's worth to purchase his new uniform or not, or his Cable and Deadpool uniform would be more than enough if you already own his Cable and Deadpool uniform. But to be honest, the gap is very big. I mean, it's a massive gap in between both uniforms in terms of the damage and in terms of the score as well, which we're gonna see that in the later gameplay. But before we get into it, let's take a really quick look at the rest of my build. Well, I guess that's not too bad. My Cable is being the top 8,381 ranking around the world. That's not too bad, I guess. And then how about his overall stat? Well, we do have max attack speed, max ignore defense, and max cooldown. However, my crit damage here is a bit low, even though I'm rocking with a C.T.P of energy. I guess I could have just maxed out his crit damage if I get a better stat from this C.T.P of energy, because the crit damage here is a bit low, to be honest. The ideal stat should be around 35% to 40% of crit damage from a C.T.P of energy. But anyways, a 200% damage proc is just good enough, and that's why I didn't reload this C.T.P, but I might reload it in the future, but we will see how it goes. Other than that, we have close to 40k energy attack with Cyclops leadership. That's not too bad, I guess. And then all the gears are at 25 with at least 2 5-star energy attack Uru on each of the gear with just one Odin's blessing. So nothing crazy here, it's just a normal build for me. And then all the skill set here are pretty much maxed out. And how about the ISO set? Well, we do have a fully awakened Power Angry Hawk ISO set here. And then, as you know, I'm rocking with a C.T.P of energy, which is definitely one of the best C.T.P for Cable if you don't have a C.T.P of Rage. And then both uniform are mythic level. This Summer Days uniform to have some of the energy attack, dodge and all attack as well, while this Cable and Deadpool uniform to have some of the cooldown and all attack as well, which is pretty similar to each other, so it won't have a very big impact on the damage comparison between both uniform. So now let's talk about his skill rotation. Well, before we go into that, please leave a comment in the comment box below with how much did you score with your Cable in Extreme Alliance Battle. So please leave a comment in the comment box below. So first of all, if you are using his Summer Days uniform, this is how his skill rotation looks like. Cancel 3, cancel 4, and proc on 5. But please keep in mind that his 3 and 4 is not instant cancel for his new uniform. It is a delay cancel. When you press the third skill, wait for Cable to take out his gun and shoot towards the sky, then only cancel his 3 right away. And then how about his 4th skill? Well, once you press his 4th skill, wait like half to 1 second, then only cancel his 4th skill, because that's where Cable summon his characters, which is gonna provide you the extra damage, which is very nice, and then proc on the 5th skill, and that's where you're gonna see tons of damage from his 5th skill. Other than that, his 2nd skill is super important when it comes to cancelling the rule of the beast. Without this, or if you fail to cancel the rule, it's very difficult for you to score over 3 million in ABX with Cable, so yeah. The 2nd skill is very important. So this is a standard time where you're gonna see the beast do the rule effect, but please keep in mind that this is a standard time, not the 100% accurate, but most of the time the beast will do the rule in between each of these time zone. So once you are close to either one of these time zone, you need to add on his 2nd skill into the rotation, because it has that silent effect for 2 seconds, which is going to help you to cancel the rule of the beast. So the rotation would be cancel 3, cancel 4, cancel 2, and proc on 5 when it comes to cancelling the rule of the beast. His 2nd skill is an instant cancel. Then once you cancel the rule, you can just stay back with 3, 4, 5, the usual rotation. That's it. That is how the skill rotation goes when you are using a C.T.P of energy for his Summer Days uniform. On the other hand, the skill rotation for his Cable and Deadpool uniform is a bit different here. The rotation would be cancel 4, cancel 3, and proc on 5. The reason why I would go with this instead of 3, 4, 5, that is because his third skill with his cable and Deadpool uniform is very difficult to cancel. So for me, 4, 3, 5 would be much better. And then once you're going to cancel the row, the rotation would be cancel 4, cancel 3, cancel 2, and proc on 5. Same case, use the second skill to cancel the row. And please keep in mind that the fourth skill and the third skill is an instant cancel instead of delaying cancel. So please keep that in mind. So that is the skill rotation for both uniform for cable. So guys, next we're going to jump into the ABX gameplay section where you can see those cancel timing, cable shoot towards the sky, cancel the stupid roll of the beats and all that stuff, so that you can understand better about his skill rotation and get to know the damage differences and the score differences between both of his uniform. So we will start off by showing ABX gameplay section with his Summer Days uniform. Once it's done, we will jump into the next gameplay section with his cable and Deadpool uniform. And by the way, we are using Cyclops for his leadership, which is a 35% increase of all attacks, which is very nice. And then Field Coulson mainly for his tier 2 passive skill. And by the way, I do have a C.T.P of Insight on my Field Coulson as well, which is going to boost up the damage of my cable in Extreme Alliance battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.